All right, we are live on YouTube, and today we're going to be discussing learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. So stick around and find out more. All of that and much, much more is coming right. From Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, when that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. You will not miss anything at all when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. That's right. We are here to help you get a better grip on your life so you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires. That's what we are here to do. Now, real quick, let me just make sure that the notification went out, and I am not seeing the notification pop up yet. That is interesting. Let me just make sure that we are live. Well, it does look like we are live, but interestingly enough, I have not received the notification on my phone yet. So we'll check back on that in just a second. Hey, Mutt, if you are out there, can you let me know if the stream is coming through? It looks like the stream health is looking pretty good, and we're all set. It's just taking a while for YouTube to send my iPhone the notification to verify that it works properly. But oh well, let's continue moving forward, and we'll check on that in just a few. First and foremost, I want to pay props once again to this channel's amazing sponsor. That is Mr. Troy Brewer, a longtime great friend of mine who runs a great marketing company. He is the CEO, founder, and owner of the Discover Community Network. For all of your product and service needs from the most trusted professionals in the industry, please consider visiting www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. One more time, that is www.discovercommunitynetwork.com. You can also visit a subsidiary of the Discover Community Network known as the DCN Internet Radio Network. And if you go on that website, you will find a bunch of amazing internet radio stations. There are music radio stations, and there are talk radio stations, and hopefully I won't butcher this today like I have for the past few shows. One of those music stations is more so going to suit your musical genre needs. So check it out and find the station that suits you best, and that way you can listen to some great music throughout your days. If you also like talk radio like myself, there are a bunch of talk stations out there as well, and one of them is more than likely going to suit your talk radio needs. So if you want to check it out, go to www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. One more time, that's www.dcninternetradionetwork.com. Both of those links are below in the description, about a third of the way down. If you check out those links, you can find out how to connect with Troy. If you decide to email Troy and connect with him, please don't forget to mention that Coach Eli sends you with lots and lots of love. Looks and sounds good, says Mutt. And YouTube finally sent out the notification. It came out on my phone, so we are good to go. We're ready to rock and roll. Mutt Nuts World's in the house. Mutt, are you ready to rock and roll today? How you been feeling lately, girl? Let me know what's been going on with you. It's great to see you here again. Maybe Queen Helen Casey will pop on in and some of the other mods. But before we get to this show, let me mention once again, folks, in case you haven't been around to my channel in a while, or in case you're brand new here, all of my live streams are still going to remain public. They are still publicly viewable by the general public. But if you want to chat during my public live stream chats, those chats or these chats are no longer publicly available. They are for members only. Now, there's one of three ways that you can chat in my chats. Number one, if you're a moderator or you would like to find out how to become a moderator on this channel, after we get to know, like, and trust each other, moderators are always going to be free. They bypass, requiring to have a membership to chat. Number two, you can become a channel member for as little as $4.99 per month. I do have 5 channel membership packages ranging from $4.99 per month to $99.99 per month, which is the Superfan Sponsor Package. All 5 of those packages will get you the exact same thing, which is what I'm trying to say. But it's up to you how much you want to donate to sponsor the channel. So if you can only afford $4.99, no problem. It'll get you the exact same thing as the $99.99 Superfan Sponsor Package and anything in between. So that's another way that you can chat unlimited in the chat. Now, if you do become a channel member, just understand that you are still subject to all of the rules that this channel has. I want to keep my chats clean and positive. I want people to be here for the right reasons. If you purchase a membership so you can try to troll me, you will be banned immediately and you will no longer be able to chat. And you can go ahead and cancel your membership right after that if you get banned, but you're still on the hook for 1 month. Google and YouTube will just not renew your membership for the second month. So just making you aware of how that works. Last but not least, if you are not a moderator and you do not want to purchase a membership, the only other way you can chat in the chat is by going down to the bottom of the chat where you see that beautiful $sign that's known as the super chat. You can send as many super chats as you want, but you will have to purchase a minimum $1 super chat every time that you want to send a chat. And if you purchase, 5 $1 super chats, why not just purchase a $4.99 monthly membership and get unlimited access to chat as much as you want? So those are your options there. Again, to mention, the reason why my chats are members only is because I want to focus my content to people that truly value it and truly would like help to get a better grip on their life so that way you can accomplish whatever it is that your heart desires. All right, so Mutt Nuts World says, I am good, just a little tired. It's been a long day. Well, Mutt, because it's been a long day, we're going to get right to it here today. The topic of today's stream is learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. One more time. Learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. Now, Mutt, since you're the only one here, feel free to engage here. During this first part of the show, I'm just going to share, a few of my thoughts. Oh, hang on one second here. Oh, man. I had something queued up here and it crashed. So I'm going to have to restart it there. Okay, I think we're good. I think we are good. All right. I have a blog queued up in a separate browser, and it's kind of acting up. Let me actually try this one more time here. Give me just a second here. That is weird. Okay, I think we're actually good now. Technical difficulties, folks. Sometimes they just happen. And when you're running these shows on your own, until you're able to afford to get a production manager, that's just the way it goes. But it's all good. It should be fine from this point on. I'm going to be reading a blog from the channel from the site lifehack.org. And the title of the blog is 9 Tips on How to Get Along with People in Any Situation. One more time, 9 tips on how to get along with people in any situation. So stick around for that. It's a pretty, it's a very well-written blog, which is what I'm trying to say, by a gentleman named CJ Goulding, who is the lead organizer at Natural Leaders Network, building leaders and connections in and between humans. Love that. I love what this guy does. He's very similar to me. He's an entrepreneur, and he loves connecting people. Part of building your business, folks, is building relationships, connecting with people, and getting to know, like, and trust them, and helping them with no obligation. Because the more that you give from the bottom of your heart without an expectation, the more will come back to you in the long run. You might not get a return on what you give right away, but if you continue to be a giver, genuinely from the bottom of your heart, the law of reciprocity will bring back tenfold to you down the road. Like I said, it may take a while. You got to keep moving forward, and you can't let the fact that you may not get results right away, stop you from moving forward. If you keep moving forward, I promise you, it will come back to you tenfold. That's just the way it works. So, Homie B Huncho's in the house. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man? Welcome to the show. You know what? Give me just 1 second here. I do not think that is the real Homie B Huncho. Give me just 1 second here. There's one way to find out. Mutt, do not approve those messages, please. I have a feeling I know who it is. Let me just check this out. Give me just 1 second here. I want to make sure that this is the real Homie B Huncho. So give me just a second, folks. I'll use my go-to channel extension. Yeah, it's the real him. Well, Homie B Huncho, you're getting banned. You can go ahead and remove your membership. I'm sure you're going to do it regardless, but thank you for the $4.99 for 1 month. And thank you, for, pretending to appreciate what I do here just to get a lick in, man. I'm extremely disappointed at your behavior, man. I thought you really were coming around, but yeah, that's that. So that's a prime example right there, folks. If you become a channel member of this channel and then you pretend to be nice, and then, you all of a sudden try to talk a bunch of smack like Homie B Huncho did, the spam filter caught it. None of his messages made the screen from what I can see here. None of his messages ended up making the screen. So Homie B Huncho, it won't even show up on the replay on the screen because I have a spam filter that will catch all of that. So it's just what do you think about that? The stream today is about learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. And Kelvin Clymer and Muttnuts World, what do you think about that, Homie B Huncho, purchasing a membership, pretending to be a supporter of this channel, and then all of a sudden just popping in here, trying to talk smack about my channel, which I'm not going to read what he wrote, but he was trying to talk smack. I mean, what do you think about that? And here's the funny thing. Now all of these trolls and haters are going to go and make videos off of this. The bottom line is they're not going to have any content because the spam filter caught it and it never made it, into the chat or on the screen. But what are your thoughts about that? And why can't we all just get along? Like, homie, I know you're still listening and you're watching, man. And what did you get out of purchasing a $4.99 membership, which you're going to probably go and cancel right now, which is fine. Again, just know, you're on the hook for 1 month for $4.99, but it just won't renew. So what did you get out of that, man? Seriously. Did you think that you were going to, trigger me or upset me or, able to just get me to overreact, man? Kelvin Clymer says, it is simply just weird. Why pay money for something you don't believe helps? The truth of the matter is, Kelvin, is that I am able to help these people. The problem is they don't want my help and they're not open to the help. They're not capable of being helped yet. And all we can do is just, feel bad for these people, take it with a grain of salt, and move forward and help people that want to get helped. For the last several years, like I've mentioned on many of my, past streams, I was involved with this group for the past several years that ended up being a big drama sphere group. And it's a bunch of people that, that it involves a bunch of people that are very insecure, very immature. They're unhappy within their lives for one reason or another. And they come out here on YouTube and project their insecurities on strong and stable people like you, myself, and Mutt. So, it's really sad to me that they would go to this level to purchase a, channel membership and pretend to be a real supporter and then come in and try to talk smack all of a sudden. Homie B. Hunshaw, I'm really disappointed in you, man. And that's as much airtime as you're going to get. Now, homie, and any of the other trolls out there and haters, if you want to go and create a massive amount of content on this and get your rocks off, that's totally up to you folks. I've just been ignoring that stuff and I really don't care. But this is a prime example. This is a guy in his early 20s. He has a YouTube channel with almost 8,000 or around 8,000 subscribers. Okay. Someone I could really work with and help. And, instead of, collaborating with someone like me that would be beneficial to him and we'd be beneficial to each other and it'd be, the nice, right thing to do, he stirs up the pot by talking smack. Well, it is what it is. Not a big deal. Mutt Nuts World says, it is so many degrees of wrong and childish. You're absolutely right, Mutt. And that's what we're dealing with, many people in this world. If I'm going to speak about the people here in our country, in the U.S., those people right now are primarily behaving this way because most of them are conservatives, which is not a problem. It's your right, what political party you want to support and follow. But they're all very angry and bitter because Donald Trump, lost the election. And they're trying to say, oh, the Democrats stole this from us and there's a lot of voter fraud. They're trying to make up every single excuse. And they think that, Donald Trump is going to be their Lord and Savior, when the truth of the matter is the only person that can save them is themselves. They're just choosing to be this way. And they could very well easily change that about themselves. Like I said, the title of this stream today is Learn How to Get Along with Anyone. Everyone is capable of this. One more time, learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. And when I say that everyone is capable of this, that's exactly what I mean. But just because you're capable of it, doesn't mean you're automatically going to be that way. You have to want to be that way. You have to want to be a good person. And you have to want to love yourself deep within first before you're able to get along with other people and be a respectful person. And you can be respectful without having to agree with everything, that other people say. I don't expect people to agree with everything I say. Okay? But if you're going to challenge myself or someone else on what we're talking about, Why can't you do it in a, reasonable way, a professional way, a proper way? Why not respectfully disagree and mention why you disagree in a respectful way? And it breaks my heart because after this election and seeing the erratic, childish behavior of many bitter and angry conservatives that voted for Trump, it just makes me more sad. It makes me more sad. Mutt, I don't know if you saw Joe Biden. Joe Biden went live earlier today. I was watching CNN. He was doing an address, and before he came on, Vice President-elect Kamala Harris came on for 4 or 5 minutes. And what an amazing woman she is. What an incredible lady. She is very positive, and not just positive for liberals, positive for conservatives and all other Americans. And then she welcomed, President-elect Joe Biden onto the stage, and Joe Biden was on for about 30 minutes. He spoke probably for about 10 to 15 minutes and then took 15 to 20 minutes worth of questions. And he answered those questions very honestly, ethically, and from the bottom of his heart. I really feel that when I listen to Joe Biden speak, that he's speaking from the heart with everyone's best interest at hand. And it almost makes me quite a bit emotional when I hear him speak, because he's so real, and he's trying to say, or he is saying, the same things that I've always preached. This is not about left versus right, Democrats versus Republicans, liberals versus conservatives, red versus blue. This is not the United States of Republicans or the United States of Democrats. This is the United States of America. This is the United States of America. And he said time and time again, he's not just the president for the liberals and the Democrats. He's the president for everyone, whether you voted for him or not. And just to kind of stem off of this, I know we're going a little off topic, but I just want to mention how I feel about this. You've got the current president that's trying to, pull out our troops, and he's going to create a national security issue that Joe Biden's going to have to fix when he gets into office. So Trump's been talking about that. He's probably going to do that, right? But instead of tackling the other issues, such as the COVID issue and other issues that we have that require urgent attention, he's going out golfing. So I cannot understand why these conservatives out there that are angry and bitter about Trump losing the election, and then they're trying to say, oh, the election's not over and Joe Biden is not the president. No, Joe Biden's the president. Get over it. Don't you want someone in office that's going to always protect you rather than always go golfing instead of having your best interest in their head and heart? I have to ask you conservatives, honestly, and listen, I'm not attacking you. I'm just honestly asking you an honest question. Do you admire Donald Trump going golfing instead of tackling this COVID issue where there are 100,000 plus new cases happening every day and more people are passing away? Do you not see that? And many of you don't believe this virus is real. It's real. Now, I haven't let it consume my entire life, but I know it's real, and I am protecting myself from it. But why can't the rest of you conservatives understand that this is not about, the fact that, Biden's in office and Trump is not. This is not about left versus right. This is not about fighting. This is about doing what's right for the best overall interest of everyone. Why can't you all understand that? I mean, it's up to you. You don't have to understand it. And you don't have to even like me. But what if you get COVID and then you spread it to your family? And then one of your family members passes away? What's it going to take for you folks to understand what's really going on here? What's it going to take? Is it going to take someone passing away in your own household that you love dearly? What if you're a wife with a husband and 3 kids and your husband gets COVID and passes away? Would you still be fighting for Trump and saying it's okay for Trump to go golfing instead of taking care of that? It's common sense. It's literally common sense. And in my opinion, some people just don't have common sense or don't want to. I think they just don't want to see it. It all stems back to the fact that you're angry and bitter because you don't like your life. And you think that Donald Trump is going to give you a voice that you've never had. It's not about that. This is about doing the right thing for the entire country. And because of that, liberals and conservatives are divided instead of working together and getting along to get our country here back on track. Mutt Nuts World says, no, I missed it. Not been home all day. What have you been up to today, Mutt? Anyway, folks, I'm going to wait to see what Mutt says. And then, just like I did yesterday, before I get into this blog, dissecting this blog, I'm going to take a quick break and use the restroom. I haven't had much to eat today, and drinking lots of coffee as always, and it's just kind of pouring right through. So I want to empty the tank before I get into this blog. But while we wait for Mutt, I just have to say this. I'm really saddened. I keep coming out here and trying to do my part to make this world a better place. I really want to help people become better people. I really want to help people better learn to love themselves. As much as the people that have come at me, or the people that are out there that are attacking other people, or the people that are upset that Donald Trump lost and they can't accept the fact that he actually lost, it saddens me because I know deep within, you're unhappy with yourself in some capacity. Because if you weren't, me talking about this would not upset you or offend you. Right? If you were a more mature human being, you would say, you know what? Maybe I don't really like how Eli presents the material, but he makes sense. I should be a better person than this. I shouldn't attack people for no reason. I should do my part to stop the hate and to try to make this world, especially our country here, if you're from the U.S., a better place. And it deeply saddens me that these people just don't want to see it. Maybe they're not capable of seeing it. Maybe, the way they were raised was to be this way, so they don't know how to be any other way. But like I said, folks, and we go back to using Homie B. Huncho as the example. It's really sad that the guy would purchase a $4.99 sponsorship, pretend to be cool with me, and then try to come in my chat and talk smack, and then he doesn't realize I've got Nightbot and the YouTube block words list, and all your messages, dude, were held for a review. They never even made it in the chat and on the screen recording version on my OBS. So was it worth the $5 for you to do that? Maybe you'll say it is. Maybe you got a good laugh at it. Maybe you'll run off to, the other people that are trolling me and try to, tell them what you did. Maybe you're trying to get attention. I don't know, dude. If that's what you want, if that's what makes you happy, bro, then hey, hats off to you, dude. In my opinion, it's pretty pathetic and very immature, man. Very pathetic and very immature. And if I'm going to give you any advice, man, to you and anyone else that just gets off on things like that, take a good hard look at yourself in the mirror and dig deep within. Is that the kind of person that you want to be? Is that the kind of person you want to be? Because that's certainly not the person I want to be or am. Is that all you got to bring to the table, bro? Because let me tell you something, man. I could sit here and say, you know what, homie B. Honcho? You want to debate one-on-one? You want to do a debate? And see if you can keep up with me? And if we were to even do that, which we're not, it's just an example. If we were to do that, what would you do? You would do what all these other people used to do when I tried to debate them. All they would do is try to trigger me by speaking a bunch of nonsense, and I would never win any debates because they were rigged for me to always lose. Because all they wanted to see was me getting triggered. They didn't want to really talk about the topic of the debate. And they knew, because I wanted to have a serious debate, when they would, skew the results or get someone to try to trigger me on purpose, they knew it would frustrate me initially. But I learned not to deal with people like that, because that's what they want. They love drama. They love nothing but drama. I was watching a video today that one of my favorite, YouTube gurus created by the name of Brian G. Johnson. Great guy. Subscribe to Brian G. Johnson if you haven't. Mutt. I'm sure you know who Brian G. Johnson is, and maybe you know as well, Kelvin Clymer. But Brian G. Johnson was putting out there, how do you get more views? You have to, have an action word in your title, and then a keyword as well. You need a keyword and an action word, right? So you need a keyword that's searchable through the YouTube search and discovery system, and then you need to have an actionable word. And he said, there are many ways to do it. And he even mentioned, drama. He said there's a huge drama arena of people out here on YouTube. And he said, if you're into that kind of thing and you put a drama type of title, a drama action word, you're going to get a lot of views, because drama sells. But the key words he said in there was, if you're into that kind of thing. Trying to politely say that that's not really the way to become a real YouTuber out here. It just made perfect sense to me. It just saddens me. It just saddens me that rather than many of these people that create drama content, it saddens me that they don't really dig deep and create something real and genuine that they can be remembered for. Who's going to remember somebody when they pass away if they were a drama instigator on YouTube? How does that sound to you? To me, it doesn't sound that interesting at all. It sounds pretty pathetic and non-memorable. That's just my opinion. You folks have yours. All right, folks, we are at 33 minutes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to queue up some royalty-free YouTube music, and I'm going to take a quick break. And when I come back, I'm going to go over that blog and dissect it. But let me queue up some music here. Give me 1 second here. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Yeah, hey Kelvin, I got your message behind the scenes. All those videos that you're seeing of me have been around for a while, and they've already been flagged. It's just YouTube takes a while to get to them, but I appreciate it, bro. Thank you so much. Yeah, no, I know everything that's going on. I just flag stuff and then I go on with my day. But thank you for making me aware, brother. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. All right, let me just cue up some music here real quick. Give me a second here. Let's see here. Almost set, almost set. All right, folks, I'm going to step away for a 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When we return, and oh my gosh, this continues. Give me just a second here, folks. This is ridiculous. My browser that I'm using to display my blogs on the screen, it was continuing to crash, but I think it's going to be fine now. I think we are good. When we return, I'm going to go over the blog and dissect it. It's called 9 Tips on How to Get Along with People in Any Situation by CJ Goulding from the lifehack.org site. So stick around. We'll be right back. good and feel real good. No negativity is allowed here on this channel. We're all about positivity. We're all about helping people feel good so they can accomplish whatever it is that their heart desires. That's what we're all about. Much about to say, welcome back, Eli. I'm back. Yeah, here we go. Let's feel it. Here we go. Come on, hit it. There we go. Yeah, feel good. Get those hands up. Shake it all about. Let nothing get in the way of your success. Yeah, let nothing get in the way of your success. There's the welcome back from Mutt. Whew. Yes. Oh, yeah. All right, let's do it. Round 2 is here. All right. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube. It is 7:57 p.m. Eastern Time, 4:57 p.m. Pacific Time here in my neck of the woods in beautiful, glorious California. The San Francisco Bay Area is where I am at. I hope you're all having a great day and a great start to your new week. It is Monday. It's the start of a new week, and I always love to start my new weeks on a super high positive note because that energy will carry me through the rest of the week filled with love and positivity, so I can come back here each and every day, if not almost each and every day, to give you some of that positivity, to give you some of that strength. Because some of you really need that strength, whether you feel you need it or not. So the people out there that are not happy within themselves, that are feeling down about something, and you just can't control the urge to attack other people just to kick them down, to make yourselves feel better, I want to give you my strength. You need my strength more than anyone, and that's what I'm here to do. Now, it's up to you if you want to accept it or continue spiraling downward down the hole of misery. The choice is yours. Do you want to be miserable and live a miserable life? Do you want to dwell in misery and sorrow for the rest of your life? Or do you want to pump it up and feel real good? What do you want? You tell me what you want. Now, if you want to, dwell in misery, you can do that on your own time. But if you've been suffering from misery and you want to change that, and you want to, come here with a positive attitude, I would love to help you in any way possible. And that's what I am all about. All right, folks. So we're back tonight. Once again, we are discussing learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. One more time. Learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. Now, let's get right to it. I've got an amazing blog I'm going to be dissecting here and putting my own spin on it. I do want to, I was debating whether I was going to discuss this or not, but I'm going to discuss it because, quite frankly, I really don't care what anyone thinks about me. And I don't take that out of context to the good people out there. Okay. More so for the people that, come out here and project their insecurities onto someone like me for trying to do the right thing to help good people. What I want to say to you is I really don't care what you think about me. I don't. And some of you are saying, okay, you come out and you read blogs every now and then, and, that's not your original content. No, it is original content. When I go out there and research topics to discuss, it is because I already have my own input on those topics. And I like to compare my input to what other people have shared on the same subject. So when you go and you read a blog, you're basically reading what the person feels about the same topic you're discussing, and then you're putting your own spin on it. And then you can say, well, I agree with this person. Here's why. I disagree with this person. Here's why. So just wanted to make that very clear that this is my baby. This is what I enjoy to do. This is part of what I enjoy to do. And to those of you out there, and I shouldn't even really care about saying anything about this, but I am, just because I feel like it. There are many YouTubers out there that share the news, and then they put articles on the screen, and they read those articles, and then they put their own spin on it. So there's nothing wrong with that at all. And I understand that, some of these trolls and haters, they just want to get a reaction from me, and you're not getting that reaction from me. I'm just, stating, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And also making you look more like a fool for wasting your time to try to knock me down for doing something that many YouTubers do and are very successful at doing it. It's pretty pathetic. And I'll say one more thing here. So why am I even talking about this? Because I actually hope to you people out there that attack channels like mine, and project your insecurities onto people like me. Okay, I honestly hope that you get the hint one of these days and you realize that this is just a waste of your time and you're much better than that and you're more capable of doing better things than that. Again, this all stems back to the topic of tonight's stream. Learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. One more time, learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. Even the trolls and the haters are capable of learning how to get along with everyone, anyone and everyone. But you're choosing not to. Ask yourself, why are you choosing not to try to get along with everyone and be a better person? Why would you want to live a life of misery? I'm really pushing this right now because I hope that some of you that have been behaving, or in my opinion, misbehaving in this way, really figure it out and get a better grip on your life so you can start, living a more positive life and creating better greatness within yourself that other people will recognize as well. All right, so let's go over and get to this blog here. Let's see if it even pops up when I scroll over here. Okay, it's not even on the screen right now because I've had some issues with the browser, but let me actually get this back on here. Let me get this back on here. Give me 1 second. I think it's back. All right, give me 1 second here, folks. It's just not showing up as an option there. Give me just a second here. My apologies. I think this blog has some weird plugins on it. And it's just making my web browser act up. It's not my web browser on my laptop, but I think we're good to go now. All right. Let me see here. Let me see here. And let me actually just fix something real quick. I didn't realize this was a little bit off. Let me just fix this real quick. Give me a second. Oh, I screwed this up. Give me a second. Oh, man, sometimes things just don't go as planned, and you just got to learn to roll with it. You've just got to learn to roll with it. That's all you can do. All right, give me a second here. Give me a second here. Oh my gosh, it crashed again. It may keep crashing throughout the show. So I'm going to have to do my best to make this work. Yep. All right, give me a second here. I'm just going to have to refresh it if it keeps messing up. All right. It looks like we're set to go. My apologies for that. All right, so the blog title, once again, is 9 Tips on How to Get Along with People in Any Situation. And the author's name is CJ Goulding, who is the lead organizer at Natural Leaders Network, building leaders and connections in and between humans. That is awesome, man. Great job, CJ. Great job. Love what you do. Let's get right to it. Let's get right to it here. No matter where you fall on the extrovert-introvert scale, wouldn't it be great to learn better tactics to help you get along with the people you encounter in your daily life? Absolutely. That's why I do what I do. I do what I do because I want to help people learn to better love themselves first. Because if you don't love yourself first, there's no way you can love other people and get along with other people. If you're unhappy within yourself, there's no way that you're going to be able to connect at a normal and natural level with others. Getting along with others is not complicated. That's true. It is not complicated. It's up to you whether you want to get along with others or not. It's not a complicated process, but when you allow emotions to get in the way, particularly emotions that are deep within yourself regarding something you don't like about yourself, that can make it a problem. But you can change that. You can change that, become a better person, learn to love yourself, and that way you can get along with anyone, right? Or at least be reasonable with anyone and everyone. So getting along with others is not complicated, but you do have to make a deliberate choice to practice and incorporate these tips into your daily interactions. One more time. Getting along with others is not complicated, but you do have to make a deliberate choice, like I've been saying, to practice and incorporate these tips into your daily interactions. The choice is yours. Only you get to choose how you show up as a human being. No one controls your body besides you. So why not choose to live a positive, happy life rather than be miserable, hate yourself, and then project the hate you have for yourself onto other people because you perceive them to be happier and in a better place than you? That's the truth of the matter. And to the people that are in this position are probably watching this right now, and they're not happy with me because I'm calling you out on the truth. But if no one tells you the truth, how are you ever going to learn and become a better person and snap out of that misery you have deep within yourself? How are you going to learn? Number one, listen with the intent to understand. Listen with the intent to understand. Most people do not listen with the intent to understand. They listen with the intent to reply, right? To project is a better word. Stephen R. Covey, great quote. If you make understanding another person a priority in any social circle, you will find that it is extremely easy to along with people. I think he meant to say to get along with people. There's a word missing, but you know what I mean. Let me read that again. If you make understanding another person a priority, it's on the top of your mind, in any social circle, you will find that it is extremely easy to get along with people. Yeah, it's a choice. It's a choice. If you prioritize that choice, like the blog author says, it's real simple. I go into every situation of meeting someone new by giving them the benefit of the doubt. Meaning that, you know what? I don't necessarily know you well enough to completely like you, but I don't hate you. I give you an opportunity, a fair opportunity. I'm reasonable. And then I decide whether I want to more so participate with you or run away from you based on your interaction with me and how you treat me, how you show up, right? If you're cool with me, I'm cool with you. If you project, like I say here on my channel, you get the eject. You project, you get the eject, not only on my channel here, but in my real life. It is in the choice to invest time and emotional effort that the barriers to harmonious living are torn down. Planning or preparing yourself to understand others is a massive first step. It is. You have to want to understand it. You have to want to become a better person. You have to want to allow other people to come into your life. And you have to realize that life is so much better when other people are involved in your life. And if you're running a business, you can't run a business without people, right? If there are no people around, who's going to use your services? Who's going to pay you for your services, right? You can do this by listening to what the person says. No planning your response while they are still talking. Yeah, listen to what they say first, process it for a few seconds, and then think about your response before you respond. And when you respond, are you responding because you don't agree with what they're saying and you just don't love yourself and you're trying to project? Or even if you disagree, are you disagreeing because you respectfully disagree and you're going to be decent about it and you can still be friends with that person at the end of the day? Making appropriate comments as they talk and including references to their statements in your response. That is what I always do. When you make references to the statements that the person that you're listening to is saying when you respond to them, it shows them and makes them aware that you are paying attention to what they're saying and you're responding to what they're saying because you're genuinely interested in what they're saying, whether you agree with them or not. And the point of the matter is not whether you agree or disagree. It's how you respond, whether you agree or disagree. Okay, you can agree, which, you know, if you agree, that's neither respectful or disrespectful. You're just agreeing. If you disagree and you respectfully disagree, that's not a bad thing either, right? And then if you respectfully disagree amongst two people, then you can learn from each other, right? Instead of, you know, disagreeing in a disrespectful way and attacking that person because they have a difference of opinion than you have. Think about how you want to show up. Think about how you want to live your life. Think about what's going to get you further ahead in life or set you way back, right? I think you know what the right thing is to do. Number 2, walk in their shoes. Another way to say this is take their thoughts and feelings into consideration, not just your own. Because you want them to take your thoughts and feelings into consideration, so why can't you give them the same respect? It's a two-way street, right? You only get what you give, right? Like coins, every social interaction has two sides. Sometimes those lines between people can get blurred and cause misunderstandings. Nothing wrong with a misunderstanding. Sometimes people present something and it gets misinterpreted. And if you're able to have a civil conversation, a respectful conversation with someone, if there's a misunderstanding, say, can you please clarify that? I'm not understanding what you meant by that. It kind of sounds a little derogatory. Can you explain that so I don't, misinterpret or misunderstand you, right? How hard is it to say that over saying, oh, you're a piece of crap, I don't like what you're saying, you're full of it, right? When that person may not mean any harm, but you're just misunderstanding them. If you ask them to clarify, you might understand them better in a way that's going to satisfy you, right? Taking the time to view the situation from someone else's point of view will help you to get along better with them, even if you still do not agree with their views. I've been saying that all along. It's not about whether you agree or disagree. It's how you react, how you respond. Is it going to be respectfully or disrespectfully? And if it's a disrespectful way, is it because you truly disagree with that person, or are you so unhappy within yourselves or yourself that you're projecting your insecurities onto them, right? And if you project, let me tell you, most people you project upon them because you perceive them as better than you, or maybe they're in a better place than you. Like myself, I can tell when people are projecting. And if someone starts to project, I give them the eject and I move on. Because then it's a waste of time. It's not going to get anywhere. I'll just move on to the next person that's going to be more reasonable and more easy to work with, or easier to work with. As the quote says, you can't understand or get along with someone until you have walked a mile in their shoes. So get to walking. Yeah. So until you give someone a chance to get to know them, how can you pass judgment, right? And you really shouldn't even pass judgment, but how can you make a decision on whether you want to be friends with someone or not, or associate with someone or not, if you haven't at least walked a mile in their shoes? The blog author is spot on. This is great work, man. Great work. I like this guy. I like this guy a lot. Let me check out the chat real quick. Give me a second here. Nothing going on in the chat? Okay, I think I don't think the chat's frozen. Nope, it's good. We're good. All right, number 3, be polite. Quite simple. Rude people do not get along with others. No kidding. They may get along with other rude people, sure. They conglomerate with other rude people because they have that in common. And they feel so low within themselves that they have to hang around with other low people that feel the same way, so that way it validates their feeling, or their feelings of feeling low. But what they don't realize is that when they hang out with other people, that are rude or feeling low about themselves, they're only further dwelling in their own misery. So they may get along with other rude people, but those results have never been proven. It's temporary, because those other rude people don't love themselves. So you've got a group of people that doesn't love themselves, that have conglomerated together because they have that commonality, right? All that's going to do is make that entire group further sink down the rabbit hole. And they're going to become more and more miserable, each and every one of them. Be careful of others' feelings. Wit and humor at another person's expense may do more damage than you will ever know. Well, I'm the kind of guy that loves humor. And some of the best humor growing up amongst my guy friends is, talking smack to each other, right? We call it ripping on each other, right? I don't know what these young kids call it nowadays, but we used to call it, I'm going to rip on you, right? Ooh, dude, he's ripping on you, right? And us guys would rip on each other because we loved each other, right? It was entertainment to us, right? But when you're younger, you kind of don't understand that. Like, I didn't understand that when I was younger. Once I learned that it's just a term of endearment, I played along with it, and I was quite good at it. And listen, amongst my group of friends, I loved ripping on them, and they would rip on me. But it was in a playful and loving way, not an attacking way. There's a difference between doing it in a playful and loving way and in an attacking way. But you got to be careful, especially when you're meeting someone new. They don't know you well enough. So if you rip on them, then they're going to think you're attacking them. Get to know these people first before you start having a little fun at their expense as a term of endearment, because they're going to misperceive how you're feeling about them, right? A polite demeanor will also leave a deeper positive impact than you will immediately realize. Whenever I meet someone new, I'm like, hey man, how's it going? It's nice to meet you. Tell me a little bit about yourself. I ask people, tell me a bit about yourself. What do you enjoy doing for fun? You know, if it's another YouTuber I'm connecting with, tell me a bit about your channel and tell me, you know, where did your passion stem from to start this channel regarding, you know, what you do on your channel. Most people don't even do that. They just care about, you know, trying to gain views or subscribers, right? Trying to leverage subscribers. For me, whenever I collaborate with someone, it's, hey, tell me a bit about yourself, man. It's nice to meet you. You know, what do you enjoy doing for fun? You know, tell me where did your passion stem from to start your channel? You know, are you married? Do you have a family? You know, blah, 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 right? You want to show interest that you care in them. I love getting to know people because the better I connect with someone, the more I learn about them, and the better the engagement, you know, the better the friendship or relationship will be. It's quite simple. It's actually very, very simple. So yeah, like the blog author says, a polite demeanor will also leave a deeper positive impact than you will immediately realize. Number 4, always take the opportunity to say a kind and encouraging word to or about somebody. I'm going to repeat that again. That's so important. Always take the opportunity to say a kind and encouraging word to or about somebody. That's called paying someone a compliment. Ask yourself, when was the last time you paid someone a compliment? For whatever reason. You know, if you have a lady friend and she did her hair, even if you're not dating her, and she did her hair and it looks really nice, hey, that's a nice haircut. Did you get your hair styled over the weekend? Yeah. It looks good. Awesome. Right on, right? It's going to make them feel good. Doesn't mean you're hitting on them. Doesn't mean you're trying to, get something out of it. You're just paying them a compliment because that's how you genuinely feel. And you're just a good person that, number one, loves yourself. You believe in yourself and you also believe in others. And you want to share your happiness with other people and, make them feel happier as well. That's how I am. It's pretty simple. Praise good work regardless of who did it. Oops. If criticism is needed, offer it gently, never harshly. I always offer criticism gently at first. If it doesn't work gently at first, and the other side that I'm dealing with is persistent or they're starting to attack me, then I will say it in a little bit more of a rougher tone and say, look, you know what? You're being ridiculous and I don't want to put up with this. I'm going to let you go. I'm going to walk away. Why are you walking away from me? Because you're being rude, selfish, and inconsiderate. I don't appreciate that. I don't want any drama in my life. If you want to deal with drama, I can connect you with a bunch of people that would love to have you as a part of their drama sphere. But if you have to criticize someone because of something they're doing or the way they're showing up, always try to be polite about it at first. I've always been that way. If that doesn't work and these people still want to associate with you or come at you, then you have to probably lay down the law one other time and then walk away. Because if you don't walk away, you're going to invest yourself in unnecessary drama that's going to set you back. You don't want to go down the negative road that these people have decided to go down. And when I say decided, they've decided to go down that road because instead of doing things to try to better their lives, they continue to dwell in their own misery, and they continue to associate with other people that are dwelling in their own misery as well. Because remember, like I said in the past on other streams, like attracts like. Misery, enjoys, other miserable people. What is the term? Misery attracts company, or it attracts other miserable people. These people conglomerate together because they have that in common. Again, like I said earlier, what they don't realize is when they conglomerate together based on the fact that they're both miserable people, or that group is a bunch of miserable people, it's making the matter worse for all of them, because no one in that group is going to stand out and say, I'm tired of this, and try to uplift the rest of them. It just won't work. So don't put yourself in a group like that or in a situation like that that's going to send you the opposite way. So if you recognize someone in need of encouraging, then that makes you the perfect person to do so. I always try to encourage people, but a lot of times people don't want to hear it. You try once, you try twice. If they don't want to hear the encouragement, and they're in that much of a state of depression, or they're that miserable within their lives, then you just got to walk away. And if and when they're ready to come back in a better position with a better attitude, then you can try to uplift them again, to encourage them again. There are countless stories of people who have been inspired or motivated by a single needed word of encouragement at a critical time in their lives. That's true. In some cases, you come along someone who's been miserable for a while, and you're that one person that they decide to listen to, and it changes their life. Again, try once, try twice. If you're not getting through to someone like that, even with words of encouragement and positivity, you have to understand that, you're not going to be able to help them. They need more, probably psychological help than you're capable or qualified to even help them with. But try once or twice. And if that doesn't work, you've got to just walk away, or else you're going to slide into that, drama with them, and it's going to make you miserable. It's going to bring you down. It's going to take your eye off the prize of whatever it is you're trying to accomplish. It's going to hinder your success. You got to know when to, help someone and when to pull away. It's kind of like with poker. You got to know when to hold them and know when to fold them, right? Know when to walk away, know when to run, right? When you encourage and compliment people, you create a culture of kindness, and the kindness will be reciprocated with the right people. Again, what a lot of these blog authors aren't taking into consideration are the deeply depressed people and the very, insecure and emotionally unstable people that don't love themselves. When you take them into consideration, trying to encourage and compliment these people is only going to make them more angry, because they're so unhappy within themselves, like I keep saying, that they don't want to see someone like you or hear from someone like you that's happy within yourself anything positive. And it doesn't matter who tries to approach these people in a positive way. No one's going to get through until they dig deep within themselves and realize that they don't want to live this negative lifestyle anymore. So those people will not reciprocate. People that are reasonable and open to suggestions and change, like I say at the beginning of every one of my streams, please subscribe and bang the bell if you're open to suggestions and change. Those people will eventually reciprocate because they're open to your help. Number 5, before I get to that, let me check out the chat here. Buttonnuts World says, sorry, had to step away. I'm back. Meant step away. Wow, can't type the no problem. Nut. No worries. No worries. Come and go as you wish, girl. No worries. Number 5, show interest in others. Yeah, show interest in others. If you come across people and you overhear them say something and it resonates with you, don't be afraid to go up to them and say, hey, I'm sorry to interrupt you, but I overheard you talking about something that I'm really passionate about as well. Do you mind if I sit with you folks for a few? I'd love to get to know you. I really enjoy this conversation. And they might feel a little bit, weird for a second. They'll say, oh, yeah, cool. Yeah, what are your thoughts about this, right? When you show interest in others, it makes them easier. It makes it easier for them, which is what I'm trying to say, to connect with you and associate with you and build a friendship or build whatever. Same thing in dating. A lot of times, some coaches will say, don't show, too much interest in a woman early on, or don't show any interest in a woman early on. Let her chase you. I'm sorry to say that doesn't work. Early on, you got to show the woman some interest. I mean, don't go overboard and kiss her butt, but, if you are talking with her and having a civil conversation and she seems to enjoy your company and seems to enjoy, spending time with you, then you gotta show her interest. You gotta show her that you enjoy spending time with her. Don't be afraid to show interest, because that'll tell them that, okay, they're feeling the same way about me as I'm feeling about them. So now I can show interest in return and we can keep this relationship going, right? Show interest in their pursuits, their work, their homes, and families. Yeah, same thing with dating or business connections or whoever you're trying to get to know. When you're getting to know someone, whether it's somebody out here on YouTube to collaborate with or someone you're trying to date, ask them, what do you do for a living? Tell me about your family. Tell me about what you enjoy doing during your spare time. Ask questions. Get to know the person. Don't go into like most people do nowadays with a one-track mind. Go into it truly wanting to get to know the person and get to know them before you invest more into them. Most people do it the opposite way because they have a one-track mind and they don't really want to invest in their relationship, but they still want the intimacy, right? And then they wonder, why that relationship is so, short-term. If you want to create sustainable, long-lasting friendships, relationships, etc., show interest, ask people questions. Get to know them. Now, sometimes, like I have experienced in the past, when I'm getting to know women, when I ask a lot of questions, which is the right thing to do, they'll say, what is this, 20 questions? What is this, an interview? Well, yeah, pretty much is. I don't tell them that. But I say, well, I'm just trying to get to know you. Like, well, don't you think we should leave something for when we meet or, as we get to know each other? I'm like, well, I want to know at least the basics about somebody before I even meet them, right? When you get those types of women or those types of people, whether they're a man or a woman, if you're asking someone a lot of questions and they're closed off, even right away, you got to take that as they're just not emotionally available and there's something going on within their lives that they don't want you to find out, because if you do find out, you're going to eliminate them. So basically, by them calling you out and saying, what is this, 20 questions? What is this, an interview? They're saying basically that, they're telling you basically that they're not emotionally available. The browser crashed again. I think it's this website. Let's try this again here. Okay. See, I knew exactly where I left off, so I can just get right back to it. It is this website. This website has so many plugins and stuff in it that it crashes every once in a while. It's not my computer, folks, but the article is so great, I really wanted to read this. Celebrate their achievements. Grit your teeth with them through the rough times. Right. You want to talk about the good and the bad, but when you talk about the bad, be understanding. Say, yeah, I understand, you had a bad last relationship. I've had some bad relationships too, but I don't want to hold that against you, and hopefully you won't hold that against me, so we can truly get to know each other. I'm open to talking about the past, but let's not let that hinder us from having a fair shot of being together and seeing where this can go, right? It's pretty simple. It's simple conversation, folks, but most people just don't even want to take a minute to get to know someone. They want to get down to business right away, and then they wonder why things never happen for them or they're short-lived. Take the time to get to know people, and you're going to create more sustainable, lasting relationships. Dance with people who are rejoicing and take time to weep with those who mourn. Yeah. If you're around people that are full of energy, that's where I show my energy, right? But if someone's father or mother or a family member just passed away, be there for them and mourn with them and say, hey, it's okay. It's going to be all right. I'm here for you. Whatever you need, let me know. Reassure them that everything's going to be okay. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place to jump for joy, and there's a time and a place to mourn with people. Let everyone you meet, however humble, feel that you regard him or her as a person of importance. You always want to make people feel that they're important. Because if people don't perceive that you feel they are important, they're going to feel you're selfish and they're not going to connect with you or relate to you. Perfectly stated there, blog author. Perfectly stated. If people around you sense that you support their best interests and also care about the ins and outs of their lives, you will get along with them just fine. Right. Again, let me read that. It makes perfect sense. If people around you sense that you support their best interests, have their best interest in their head or in your head and heart regarding their needs and wants, their wants and needs, right? And also care about the ins and outs of their lives, which you should because you want them to care about you in the same way, you will get along with them just fine. It's simple. It's so freaking simple. Very simple. All right. We are at number 5. And before I get to number 6, I'm going to step away for another quick break. Because I don't want to rush through this blog here because it's a very important one. And I gotta use the restroom real quick. I gotta use a little boy's room. What do you think about this blog so far? What do you think about this topic? Be honest with me. Is this something of value to you? Is this motivational to you, inspirational to you? Be honest with me. If it's not, be honest as well, because I want to talk about topics that you and the others care about. So let me cue up some music here real quick. Just 1 second here. Okay. Okay, just need a couple more here. One more. Okay. Yeah, I know what song I'm coming back to when I get back. I like playing this one every so often. All right, folks. Let me go back to full screen before I head out for the break. All right, folks. I'm going to take another. Well, wait. Mutt says, very well written and very informative. Thank you so much, Mutt. Is this more the type of content that you want to see that will help you, that will motivate you and inspire you to keep moving forward? Feel free to let me know more in the chat when you get a chance, and I'll read your responses when I get back. What do you all think about this background tonight? Isn't this beautiful? Isn't this beautiful? I love this background. It just makes me feel like I'm floating in the clouds. Anyway. All right, folks. I'm going to step away for another 5 to 7 or 8 minute break. When we come back, we're going to finish the last 4 points of this article. So stick around. We'll be right back. what? The song is called Vibe Tracks. Sorry, the song is called I Love You by the group Vibe Tracks. There we go from the YouTube audio library. Love this song. It's so smooth. But wait to hear what's coming up next. Once again, a blast from the past is coming up next. The song I used to play at the beginning of a former show I used to run on my former channel, Coach Eli Live. The Coach Eli Live theme song, it's Ethan Mixel, Double Helix, here we go! Here we go, yeah! Yeah! You feel it, bud? This will make you feel good. This song really pumps me up. And you know what? I really don't care how stupid anyone thinks this looks. I love myself, and you should love yourself too. All right? Feel it. Feel it. Here we go. Yeah. Whoo! I'll say it again tonight. Simmer down, coach. Simmer down, coach. You have a show to finish up here. You have a show to wrap up. Holy smokes. You feel that, Mutt? Whoo! I feel it. All right. Welcome back to the third segment of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli live here on YouTube. It is Monday. Thank God it's Monday. Well, they usually say that on Friday, but I love Mondays too. It's the start of the new week, right? It is 8:53 p.m. Eastern Time, 5:53 p.m. Pacific Time here in my neck of the woods, and tonight we have a very important topic that some people just may not take serious. Topic of tonight's show is learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. One more time. Learn how to get along with anyone. Everyone is capable of this. And before I get right back to it, I just want to enjoy the last bit of the former Coach Eli theme song from my former channel when I used to run the Coach Eli Live show. Maybe I'll bring back some of those shows to life. I won't put them on this channel because a lot of them were not advertiser friendly. Maybe I'll put that on a Grip on Life too. But let me know if you want that. If you want the old Coach Eli Live shows to be put on a Grip on Life too. That might be pretty interesting. Those were some interesting days on my former channel, I'll tell you. And my former channel on YouTube, I will tell you, really taught me a lot about what not to do on YouTube and who to not associate with on YouTube. And pretty much who to not associate with in general. So you folks, let me know if you're here in the chat, if you want some of those former shows on a Grip on Life too. If you're not a channel member, wait for the replay and make a comment, below in the comment section when the replay happens shortly after this show ends. All right. So my browser crashed again here, but let's refresh it. And let's see, where were we at? We were at, did we do number 6? Okay, we're at number 6 right now. We are at number 6. Okay, let's switch back over to the browser screen. There we go. All right, number 6, keep an open mind. Discuss, but don't argue. Let me repeat that again. Keep an open mind. Be open-minded. Be open to suggestions and change, like I say at the beginning of each one of my shows. Discuss, but don't argue. Be respectful with each other. You don't have to agree with everything that the other person or people say, but respectfully disagree. What's so hard about that? What is so difficult about that? Shouldn't be that difficult. It is the mark of a superior mind to be able to disagree without being disagreeable. That's a fancy way, blog author, of saying respectfully disagree. That's all I've been saying. The key to getting along with people is one thing, folks. If you learn one thing from this stream, from this video, you don't have to always agree with people. Just respectfully disagree. Don't attack them. Respectfully disagree and have a conversation about it and learn from each other about it. How hard is that? Except that others may have a point of view different from the one you hold. Wow, what a concept. What a concept that is. Or believe something that you do not believe yourself. So people may disagree with you. You may disagree with them. You may agree on certain things, but have a civil conversation, respectful conversation. I'll tell you, it'll change your life. You'll start being that way with everyone. And then people that are not respectful, even when they disagree with you, then you just eliminate those people. Like I said, if those people are not going to be respectful, then you eject them. You project, you get the eject. They project, they get the eject, right? That's what I do here on my channel. People come in my chat. When I used to run my public chats, when people would come in and project, they get the eject. One sign of an open mind is someone who will listen to someone else speak. Right. Without interrupting. Oh man, people interrupt me all the time. Especially when I get to know women, even the good women. I think that's just part of their natural biology, in being emotional beings. But I can't stand it when people interrupt. Take turns going back and forth. And if you have to jump in and respond to them if they've been talking for a while, say, pardon me a second, excuse me, please, I hate to interrupt you, but I got to get in here, right? If you say I hate to interrupt you, but I got to get in here and respond to this before I forget, then you can continue with what you're saying, no problem. But don't just rudely interrupt. Be polite about it. You'll get a lot further, okay? So one sign of an open mind is someone who will listen to someone else speak without interrupting, even if they disagree with the view being expressed. Right. Let the person say what they have to say. Let them finish saying what they're saying, even if you already disagree. And then respond to them and say, you know what? I respectfully disagree with what you're saying. Here's the reason why. You want to hear why I disagree? Sure. Yeah. Instead of saying, oh, you're a moron, for feeling that way, right? There's a difference between saying you're a moron for saying that or feeling that way and saying, I respectfully disagree with you. Would you like to know why I disagree with you? Most people will say yes, because you're being reasonable. You're being polite about it. You're being, a reasonable human being, right? There's a big difference, right? Communication, folks, it's important. It's about learning how to communicate effectively. Differences make us human. Idiosyncrasies make us unique and special. Couldn't agree more. Perfectly said. Number 7, listen intently. This may not be automatically true. I wasn't a biology major. Neither was I. But the tongue and ears cannot both be used at the same time. That's great, man. This may not be anatomically true. Did I screw that up initially? This may not be anatomically true. I wasn't a biology major, but the tongue and ears cannot both be used at the same time. Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. If you're trying to overtalk someone, you can't hear what they're saying, right? Holding your tongue and freeing up your ears to listen actively for a bit gives you an easier path to an open mind and allows you to learn more about people around you. So even if you disagree You can learn something from those people. You can hear their viewpoint or viewpoints and why they feel that way. And then respond and say, hey, you know what? I respectfully disagree, but I appreciate what you're saying. Tell me more. Unless you want to first hear why I disagree with you. And they may say, yeah, tell me why you disagree with me. Well, here's the reason why, but I want to know more. I'm interested in learning more about why you feel this way. Show them interest, even though you disagree. Keep the conversation going. And they're going to be like, wow, this person's listening to me even though they don't agree with me. They're being respectful to me. That's all, folks. It's very simple. Very simple. Other ways to listen intently include refraining from one-upping or pointing out problems with the speaker's story. I always like to say, look, I'm not trying to say I'm all that or any better than you. I preface with that not because I'm insecure, not because I'm not confident, because I don't want the person to feel like I'm trying to one-up them or make them feel like I'm any better than them. Even if I'm more experienced than them, I'm trying to say, look, I respectfully, disagree with you on this aspect. And here's the reason why. This is just the way I've done things. You doing it this way may work for you. How has it worked for you? What have your experiences been like, right? Flip it around like that. But I make a point of it to be very clear when I'm responding to someone in a conversation where they may perceive me to feel like I'm trying to one-up them. I make it very clear and say, I'm not trying to say I'm any better than you or you're any better than me. I just want to share my thoughts. I'm not saying I'm all that. This is just how I feel based off of my experiences. That's that. So other ways to listen intently include refraining from one-upping or pointing out problems with the speaker's story. Okay, a couple more here, and we're going to wrap this up. If you have any questions, Mud, or anyone else that's here, please put them in the chat now because we'll be wrapping up very, very soon. Number 8, be positive. Be positive. How hard is that? No one enjoys spending time with a pessimist. No kidding. I certainly don't enjoy spending time with a pessimist. Sir Winston Churchill said, a pessimist sees the difficulty in every opportunity. An optimist sees the opportunity in every difficulty. It's not that things are not difficult, folks. Everything in life is a challenge and has a certain degree of difficulty, but it's how you look at it. Okay? If you come out here and try to be a YouTuber and you say that I'm not going to do it because it's too difficult to penetrate the algorithm or to get noticed or discovered, you're going to lose. If you come out and say, I understand it's very difficult and it may take me a long time to get recognized and noticed and get my channel going, but I see the opportunity and I'm going to keep pushing forward because I know one day I'm going to make it. You see the difference there? There's a huge difference. Positive people are welcomed in any social situation because they continually brighten the room or space they occupy by seeing the silver linings in each cloud. Right. That's what I do. That's the kind of person I am. That's how I always show up. And that optimistic attitude is contagious. It is. Whenever I used to run in-person networking events in the past, people would always come up to me and say, Eli, where do you get all that energy? You have so much energy. You run all these events all over Northern California. You attend so many events and you're always positive. You're always happy. You always, just seem like you're in a good mood. And I say, well, I'm human. I have my moments, but when I have those moments, I try my best to not project that onto other people because I don't want to bring anyone else down. But thank you very much for the compliment. I appreciate it. You saying that gives me the fire to keep pushing forward and to also see that people really appreciate what I'm doing. Thank you very much for showing me your appreciation, right? This is one situation where two negatives do not a positive make, or I think he said it the wrong way. This is one situation where two negatives do not make a positive. The words are like mixed there. I don't know if that was intentionally done or a grammatical error or typo or whatever. Positive people make positive situations. Yeah, that's all I do. Positive people make positive situations. And if you're a positive person and you know you're being positive, and you get a bunch of people, especially people out here on YouTube, attack your positive message, that doesn't mean you're not doing the right thing. It means that these people are just not ready or open to positivity. They have to work through their negative habits first until they can start appreciating your positive energy and your positive vibe. In essence, they wish they could be like you. And last but not least, number 9, be sincere. Folks, this is common sense. Be sincere. If you want people to be sincere with you, be sincere with them. While each one of these tips is important, none stands alone. That's very true. They all operate in some combination with one another, and none more than sincerity. I have to agree. Sincerity is the most important thing. Being sincere, being honest, being ethical, being a good person is going to get you a lot further in the long run than trying to play someone to get something that you want. It's going to only be temporary. If you want something to be sustainable long term, you got to be sincere, and you got to be the real you. And you got to show up always being the real you and be consistent at being the real you. People will sense when you are faking a positive attitude. That I pretty much just was saying that right before the next line. People will sense when you are faking a positive attitude. Oh, I can see that a mile away, 2 miles away, 10 miles away. I'm that intuitive. People will pick up on that. When you do not have a genuine interest in their lives. Again, earlier, the blog author was saying, when somebody's talking, listen to them. And then when you respond, mention, parts of what they said and say, okay, well, regarding when you talked about, the aspect of your dog, this is what I feel you should do, or this is what I do with my dog, right? So you're reinstating that you heard what they said, and then you're responding to them in the conversation, right? People will sense when you're not listening and when you're fake and just trying to get something out of them and not give anything. It's got to be a two-way street. So again, people will sense when you are faking a positive attitude, when you do not have a genuine interest in their lives, and when your kind words, oh boy, there we go, crashed again. Let's go back there. Oh man, this blog page has been horrible. But I know exactly where we're at. And when your kind words are simply a facade. I can totally tell when someone's kind words are a facade to try to just get a reaction from me or to get something from me in some way, shape, or form. Be genuine, be real, be authentic, be sincere. All of these tips without sincerity will end up destroying any positive effect you were hoping to produce. Absolutely. With me, it'd be over. The first sign of negativity anyone brings forth to me, especially if it's the first time that we're talking, that's it. You've lost me. You've permanently lost me. Because that says a lot about who you are, and I don't want to waste my time with negative people. Combined the tips above with a heavy dose of sincerity, you will find yourself getting along with people wherever you go. Now, this list is nowhere near exhaustive. So I'd love to hear what other tips you have heard or employed yourself. Feel free to share them below. What I'm going to do, folks, right now that this stream's about to end, so you can check it out by refreshing the description section. And let me go back to full screen. I'm going to add this right now towards the top of the description here. It's going to say source and then the article. So if you want to go there and connect with this blog author and share your thoughts, feel free to do so. I'm going to head on over there later tonight or tomorrow because I really liked what he said. And you never know, folks, when you when you comment like this, or you do, reaction videos like this, this is the best way to connect with someone like this blog author. And that's a great way of networking. So yeah, I'm going to go over there and make some comments on the blog, and you should go make some comments as well. Now, keep them positive, because a lot of these blogs, they are moderated and they will not approve comments that are hateful or derogatory. All right, give me just 1 second here. Let me see here. All right, that's going to wrap it up for tonight, folks. We've been on for 2 hours and 1 minute, my longest stream I've done in a while. All right, folks. Folks, if you missed any parts of this stream, if you're just tuning in, go back and check out the replay. There's a lot of great value here for people that really enjoy this content, and people that are really looking to be uplifted, people that are looking to create a more positive lifestyle. Okay, that's what I'm all about. If you're, the type of person that doesn't believe in personal development, personal growth, and, ways on how to better yourself, then, this is not going to work for you. But for the good people, if you're just tuning in, go back and check out the replay. It'll be available shortly once the stream ends here in a minute or two. With that being said, I want to thank you all for being here tonight. I want to thank you to Mutt Nuts World, who was in the chat. I also want to thank anyone who's watching behind the scenes. That's that. Have yourselves a great, great night, and I'll see you all next time. Take care. Bye. Bye.